Hi guys!
What's going on, everybody?
So what we're doing today on SocialEyes.
We are back for chapter number 12.
On A Boy Called Christmas.
A Boy Called Christmas.
Oh.
So I hope that everybody is enjoying the book thus far. Comment below. Let us know what you think about the story so far. Chapter number 12 is called
The
End of Magic.
That's a cool name.
That's a really cool name. Can't wait to get started. This movie comes out really soon, and we have about 31 chapters to get in. So we're going to be blasting off a bunch of chapters out to you guys. Starting tomorrow, you'll get at least 5, if not 8 chapters tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, we'll try to give you another 8 chapters. That will put us up to about 25. And then on Wednesday, which will be the 23rd, we will try to get the final amount of chapters out before the movie starts on the 24th.
We'll do all as much as we can from top to bottom of the day.
All right. You ready to roll? Who reads first? I'll go. You? All right. Here you go. The End of Magic.
Remember, we do high fives to take turns. And guys, remember, it's an international event.
And if she's not being loud enough and you can't hear her, comment down below. Let her know to speak up.
It's an international bestseller. The End of Magic. If you keep on climbing a mountain, you will eventually reach the top. That's the thing with mountains. However big they are, there's always a top. Even if it takes another night, you'll usually get there. Well, unless the mountain is the Himalayas? How do you say it?
The Himalayas.
The Himalayas. Which in case the mountain just keeps on going through, where there is a top, you freeze to death and all your toes fall off before you get there. But this wasn't that a big mountain. Nicholas' toes didn't fall off. He, Blitzen, and Mika carried on, as green curtains of light filled the night sky.
That's right. Blitzen's in the story now.
Look, Mika, it's the Northern Lights. And Mika stood on his hind legs in Nicholas's pocket and stared up. He saw the vastness of the sky filled with beautiful, mysterious, ghostly lights. To be honest, Mika didn't care. Beauty is not particular interest a mouse, unless it was the beauty of the creamy yellowness or blue veins of a nice piece of cheese.
High five. So, as soon as Mika peeked his head out of Nicholas's pocket, he curled back down again. Isn't it wonderful, said Nicholas, gazing up at the aurora, which looked to him like someone was sprinkling glowing green dust across the heavens. Warmth is wonderful, said Mika. By sunrise, they reached the top of the mountain, and though the sky was blue and the northern lights had disappeared, there was still glowing. Just lower down now, in the valley beyond the mountain, and this aurora wasn't just every variety of green, it was also color of the rainbow. Nicholas looked at the map, trying to recognize any of the landscape. Beyond the mountain, the elf village was supposed to be there, visible, but there was nothing but a snow-filled plain of land leading towards the horizon. Actually, no, there was some hills in the distance to the northwest with tall pine trees, but there was no other sign of life. They continued to head directly north, towards the multicolored lights, down the mountain, trudging through the light-filled air. It was incredible how quickly Nicholas's spirits fell. On top of the mountain, everything had seemed possible. But now, trudging through the thick snow, he was getting worried again. I must be going mad, Nicholas said. His hunger was beginning to hurt, as though there was something alive, growling and moving inside of his stomach. He pulled his father's hat down over his ears. They walked on through the snow, which was starting to thin a little, but still felt heavy. And though red and yellow and green and purple tinged air, also Nicholas could sense that something was wrong with Blitzen. He was slowing down, and his head kept dropping too low. Nicholas couldn't see his antlers. You need to sleep. I need to sleep, said Nicholas. We've got to stop. But Blitzen didn't stop. He kept on, one faltering step after another, until his knees buckled and he collapsed in the snow. Thud. Nicholas was trapped under him, and Blitzen, one of the largest reindeer there had ever been, was heavy. Mika crawled out of Nicholas's pocket, scampered over the snowy ground, round to Blitzen, scratching his face to try to waken him. Blitzen, wake up! You're on my leg! Shouted Nicholas. But Blitzen wasn't waking up. He could feel his leg was getting crushed. The pain throbbed from his ankle through his entire body until there was little else to think about, just pain. He tried pushing against Blitzen's back and wriggling his leg in the snow. If Nicholas hadn't been so weak and hungry, he might have been able to free himself. But Blitzen was getting heavier and colder all the time. Blitzen! Yelled Nicholas. Blitzen! He realized he could just die here and no one would know or care. Terror filled Nicholas with a new kind of chill as the strange lights kept shifting in the air around him. Red, yellow, blue, green, purple. Mika, go! I think I'm stuck. Go on, go! Mika looked around worried, but then saw something Nicholas's human eyes couldn't see. What is it, Mika? Mika squeaked an answer that Nicholas couldn't understand. Cheese, said Mika. No, I smell cheese. Of course there was no cheese to be seen, but that didn't stop Mika. If you believed in something, you didn't need to see it. And so the mouse ran and kept running. The snow, though thick, was light and fluffy and evenly spread on the ground, and Mika was moving fast, churning through it, heading north. Nicholas watched his mouse friend become a dot, and then disappear completely. Goodbye, my friend. Good luck. He lifted his hand to wave. His fingers were so cold they had turned a deep, dark purple. It felt as if they were burning up. His stomach ached with cramp. His legs squeezed between the weight of the reindeer and the weight of the world was in agony. He closed his eyes and imagined a vast feast. Ham, gingerbread, chocolate, cake, bilberry pie. Nicholas lay on his back, the snow, and felt an overwhelming exhaustion, as though life was leaving him too. Mika had disappeared, and then Nicholas felt so dreadful. He said something equally dreadful, the very worst thing that anyone can ever say. Close your eyes and ears, especially if you're an elf. He said, there's no magic, he whispered, delirious, and after that, everything became dark.
Oh my God.
Wow. Does he die halfway between the book?
And then comes alive again?
How is it even possible? Why did the reindeer? Did you just die? Did Blitzen just die of exhaustion and fall on top of Nicholas?
Oh my. That's so weird.
We forgot to show this picture. This is the snow-covered hills that they're trying to trek through. Yeah. So they're just working their way through the snow and the basic collapse and I think is just exhaustion. Well, that's it for chapter number 12.
We'll see you guys